Hello everyone, hello my stitchy friends. Today I finally make a video because I have tons of things to show you. Lots of progress on my started designs, and yeah, let's start from this beautiful sampler. Well, to me it's sampler, but I'm gonna make it similar like you can see on a preview. This is Reflet des Soies, and it's called Roses Blanches, as you can see. A French company making these gorgeous designs, and there are many others I would like to stitch, but this one, you know, I started years ago, maybe after we came back to Ukraine from United States, 2019, or yeah, I think so, plus minus. And I'm stitching this sampler with Madeira silks. At that time when I tried them for the first time, I thought they're just as good as others, but working now on the sampler, it's sometimes really hard because the thread twisted and I don't really get the result I usually like. And still these silks are much better than DMC, of course, but I'm stitching now mini mandala, and I can feel the difference. I can see the stitches are better, but I love the result, don't get me wrong. I like what I see. Sometimes I'm thinking it's not my job, it's someone's, and I'm so impressed of the result. Yeah, so I'm stitching it on a 40th count of linen, hand-dyed by a Ukrainian girl. Her name is Yekaterina Kondratenko. She has an Instagram page where she showing her fabrics, and also she's a stitcher. And I have been buying from her lots of fabric. Actually, I now talking to you, I know it's the fabric is I ironed this piece a few days ago, but because I'm making video after a while, so I was thinking I made mistake. I was like terrified, like, oh no, I can't remove all the stitches because they are really tiny. And even this 40th count, after you hand dye the fabric, it's probably 42nd, maybe 41st, but it's comfortable to work on this count, and I'm obviously stitching 1/2. Okay, let me show you a bit closer this design. I'll remove stuff because I was taking picture last night. I'm participating with this piece in Telegram group, Ukrainian Telegram group. So you have to stitch at least 200 crosses, and for me it's every Friday I have to make a report for my progress, because this design I took when we were running away from the war, and the only piece I took with me. After that I came back, I took obviously more cross stitches, designs and my whips, and got also presents from you. Thank you so much for it. So yeah, this is very special to me because I did not take no hoops, no stand, no anything. I was just like, I had like few minutes to get done, and the only thing I was, the only cross stitch I was thinking, it's this design, because you only use one thread, one color, and I thought it will be comfortable to stitch without stand, without hoops. Appears not. It's better to stitch with hoops, because for me, at least for me, honestly speaking, I have not really seen perfect stitches, even though I saw very close to perfect when the ladies stitch in hands, but I experienced that because I started stitching without hoops, without anything. Back in days I did not know anything about cross stitch, and I saw the difference even after years and years of stitching, that my crosses are much better when I use hoops or frame or Q-snap. So if you are new to cross stitch, you better find something to yourself which will make your crosses better. Either it's frame. I'm not big fan of frame. I decided hoops are the best thing ever, and I like the wooden hoops, usually by Nurge, sometimes DMC, but mostly Nurge. I told you this many times in my videos. So this is my first whip. I'm planning now, sorry for the planes, because guys, the weather is not great, and when it's like that, all the planes flying over my apartment. So I decided to make some progress. That's why I joined that Telegram group, because it will push me at least 200 crosses I have to report, you know, minimum 200. You can obviously make more than that. Also, if I travel for a long time, I would like to take this process with me, because I don't need to have pack organizer, I don't need to have tons of needles, I don't need to have anything, just simple stuff, scissors, maybe pencil when I remove the crosses I have stitched already, and that's it. This is the best for me to take for let's say if I travel for 2 weeks, I'll take it with me. At home to work on this piece a bit difficult, because I'm getting tired of the same color, but I can't explain to you how much happy I am with the result, because this is something different I have ever stitched. I know there are long dog lovers, there are other designs when you use one thread, and I have what I'm talking about. I have stitched midnight, something with midnight sampler. I got bored as well. This is difficult for me, but I love the result of both samplers. I might will take a picture later of most of this work, so you can compare, because it's the other sampler was stitched with blue on white. This is a bit opposite. Anyways, they're completely different, but the idea is the same. You stitch with one thread. Actually, there was 2 or 3 different, but different shades of blue. But I love this design so much, and I'm so happy I started it, and yeah, it's time now to maybe finish it one day, hopefully this year, but we will see. And also have finishes I will be showing you as well. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen them. I don't hide them anymore like before. I will wait when I make video, not I hide, and then I will show you. But now I decided to show you on Instagram, because I don't know when I'm gonna make a video, and for me, my Instagram, it's like cross stitch diary, so I prefer to have things photograph, and because I don't write down anymore when I stitch, what I stitch, how it was, because I have YouTube, I have Instagram. It's easier for me, and I have access anytime. So this is the project I have started in 2019. Daniel chose this design. It's called Northern Lights. I'm not sure they still selling this kit, because I started seeing again in Telegram channels. We have one Telegram selling stuff, another Telegram just for talking to people who are in cross stitch, another Telegram channel for this kind of reports when you like stitch together, but it's completely free. You can stitch 3, 4, 5 projects as long you will make 200 crosses a week. So it's not that difficult. It's gonna motivate you to do something. It's perfect, and the only thing you should not forget to read the report. Like I have last night, I was like 1 hour late. I like but I took a picture. I just forgot to upload it to the group. Anyways, coming to my project which I stitch again. I doubt if it's still for sale, but you check if you like it. See it now, because maybe after 2-3 years, 5 years, it will be even more difficult to find it. even though this design was not that old. It was never made in the United States. It's, well, I don't know, maybe 2010, 11, not sure now because I cut the preview. I don't have the rest of the kit preview. Sorry if my voice doesn't sound that right. I'm still recovering. I have some flu, whatever. So Daniel chose this design on my birthday in 2019, and I was like, it's time to finish it because I have made lots of progress. It was like this stitched, and then I now don't have much time as before. So if I will be rotating processes, I don't have time then to make any finish. So I was like, let me focus on one piece and enjoy that moment and see how much progress I can make, because let's say if I would stitch 3 designs, I would never make this finish this year, no chance. But because I was focusing on it and also was motivating myself, when you stitch one process, it's different. You see so much progress, but then you get so bored. Sometimes I will get days when I have time to stitch, but I would do anything but not come into the cross stitch. Then I decide, you know what, I'll take 2-3 days, I will stitch something different, I'll come back to the moose again. So slowly but surely I managed to have this finish. There are French knots here, not too many, and if you look at this design, doesn't look like it has too many additional stitches like coaching. There is no coaching here, but tons of back stitch. Well, not dramatically tons, but there are lots of back stitch. It's just not visible when you look from the distance. I'll be showing now you this design closer, and you will see how many of them. But to be honest, they are not that difficult to stitch. Not that difficult at all. And I love the result. Even I got tired from this picture, but I'm so happy that I managed to stitch it. So there is back stitch with 2 strands of thread and with 1, and the black sometimes not visible, but it gives a result. And French knots you stitch with 2 strands of thread. I made a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be. Yeah, I completely forgot how to talk about cross stitch. It's not what I do every day. So I like the boat. It was fun to make back stitch there, different colors, and yeah. I would not say it was difficult design. It's not. It's one of the easiest one. You just have to pay attention. The thing is, fabric was killing me. I don't like that Chinese made Aida or whatever it's made, but it's not as soft, and I did not want to wash it because I experienced once. I probably either wash it in a I add too much softener, or I wash it for longer than I supposed to, and the fabric became so soft and it was not easy to stitch. Oh, I also added a year, 2023. You cannot see that well, but I'm happy I added, because after 2-3 years I will forget when I finish it. Maybe not because it was like sorry for my voice, excuse me. So for me to finish Dimensions Gold, something special, because it's a large design, it's not a sampler, it's not something like just then. Even for me, every finish is something what I like and I adore, I appreciate, but this kind of big designs, it's like your achievement, I don't know. And I made video of my big Dimensions Gold on Instagram. If you want to see some of them, I have it here. They're not framed. I have tons of them framed in Ukraine, but obviously, you know, I cannot bring all the framed pieces. Even unframed, it took me almost all my luggage, guys, because I have huge roll of cross stitches, and it's heavy as well. it seems like it's just piece of fabric. No, it's not. When it's a lot of them, it's quite heavy. So for me, I still can't believe that I managed to have a finish. It's very special moment for me because I used to have 3 at least a year. Now it's hardly one, well, at least one. But I'm stitching now another Dimensions Gold, and I'll be focusing also on a finish. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury as before to stitch for at least even 3-4 hours a day. I don't have the time, but sometimes I stitch a lot. So I will show you the threads I have from the design left. Don't be scared because I did not clean it. I don't see a reason why should I do it, because everything going in a box, special box with dimensions threads. Sometimes I buy leftovers from very rare kits and I add threads, or sometimes I'm missing the thread in some designs. You run out or whatever could happen, and that's why I keep them, or I give it as a gift for some people. Let's say I finish my other very rare kit I gave to my girlfriend with a chart, with everything, and I gave her some threads because it's impossible to buy and pay $500-300 for the kit. It's not everyone can afford. So these are additional threads. I keep them like this, and to be honest, I also sometimes use these threads in Jasnen, in other designs, even in Mirabilia. Sometimes I will take 1 or 2, or especially black one I use everywhere. I keep it for, I never buy, honestly speaking, I never buy DMC 310 because I have tons of leftovers of black color, same with white. And talking about black threads, so designs were made in the United States. The threads are much thinner. This is thicker than DMC, and you can have better coverage. Sometimes I have mix of threads, and I don't even look which thread it is. I was just stitching in this area some half stitches, and I use 4 strands of threads, but I see you can see the fabric through, like what's going on, and then I realized it was a thinner threads, so I added a little bit more on top. So let me show you my other finishes. And here is Mirabilia. I was showing you her previously as a whip, but she is completely finished here, and unfortunately I cannot show you the leftover of beads and everything because I already cleaned it and I put it away. But I started her in I think this year, before Luda came out, and she was almost finished. I went to Ukraine and I saw before I went to Ukraine I saw that Luda came out, and I was like really happy that I was teaching this design because to me they're kind of similar, and it's great to have them as a pair. There are also Camille, latest Mirabilia, I would like also to stitch, and yeah, so I'm happy that I started her and I finished her after I finished Luda, because Luda came in between, so I needed to finish her. I don't know, you can see that one design has a frame, another doesn't, so you can choose either you do it with a frame or without, but they're kind of like a collection of ladies. And I saw amazing conversion on Instagram and Facebook of both of the girls, and it's wonderful, but I'm just following the key. I did not make any changes except the fabric. And I will show you closer because I did not show it before. Compared to Luda, it has more skin if you stitch 1/2 with silks here, obviously. I will make video with conversion to silks, my own. I promised it many times, but this time I will make. And what else? They are both fun to stitch. They both look similar, but yet when you stitch it's different. And I can't tell you which one is more difficult. It depends on you. To me they're plus minus equal. Obviously here less crosses than here, less skin here than here. Back stitch she has maybe a little bit more than Luda, and of course I dream to have them on my wall, but the situation now is a bit different, so I'm just happy to have them as finish. And those planes sometimes scare me. I don't know if you hear them, hopefully not. So look at this gorgeous design. I like the final result, and not too many beads in the first part, not at all. On top you can see more, but it was always fun to add beads at the end. It's like super cool, and I love stitching big beads. Oh, love it. And obviously this Delica beads, well, it's Mill Hill, but I think it's Delica. Your eyes are amazing. It was a bit difficult for me to stitch eyes, made little bit mistakes, but I fixed them. Also here I had to remove some stitches. I confused the color. Oh, it was a nightmare. I almost finished the design, and then I realized what's going on, why this part is so dark, and then I like, oh, because I did not use the right thread. I did not add the year here. I forgot probably. Also in Luda I forgot. I will add. Sometimes I take one day and I just like stitch the year. Very important to me because I keep forgetting stuff. Yeah, very beautiful, and it's quick finish. She's not like other Mirabilias big ones. What else? I think I have other finish. Maybe it was Mill Hill. I honestly I can't remember which one I have finished, but I have started another one. So excuse me if I show you this before. Now Mill Hill for me it's my travel projects, because again I don't need to have hoops, I don't need to have anything, just a kit. So Halloween is coming, and I was making also picture. I think this one probably was my latest finish. Guys, can't remember now. You see, when you don't make videos, when you don't take pictures often, you forget stuff. So my collection is slowly growing, and I have one framed on my wall. Did not bring it now. Obviously this one I remember I finished before. The thing is with Mill Hill, I dislike now that they use other buttons instead of this one. They're better quality. Now Mill Hill is so expensive I can't explain to you. And I love some older designs, but I'm not gonna pay so much money for it. So if I will have a chance, I will buy a Mill Hill, but with this kind of buttons, with not the one they're using now. Anyways, they are my babies. It's just fun. Some people said it's waste of time. For me it's not. I like it. It's still beautiful. It's something different, and you can gift it to someone very easy because you do not spend so much time. Oh, this one was probably the longest I have stitched, because I see the paper, it's not in a great condition, but heavy, let me tell you. Heavy because of the beads, because of the threads. And I started another one. Definitely I did not show you because I'm working on it now. This is Pumpkin Patch. But I did some mistakes here in the colors. I'll leave it. I'll take it with me now. I'm gonna stitch the bottom, the top part, and I will come back because I'm traveling. I will come back and I will see what I can do with the car, because there is no way I will remove all the stitches. They're already done. I just will do my own conversion. I will make it as it is. These are the beads and a button, the old one or the new one. Maybe in the future I will get rid of it. I will get used to the store that they use other quality buttons, but at the moment it's big disappointment for me. And also I see some of the designs disappearing very quickly, and I was like, I was never into Mill Hill. I never thought I will stitch Mill Hill in my life, but then when I saw the first one, actually this was purchased for the first time, and this design I saw in Las Vegas, and I was like, if I finish this design, I will buy this one. I end up buying more than 10, and I'm happy with that because now I can buy them. They're really hard to find, and I really promised myself to make this a first finish, but I make other design as a first finish, but then I think it was my second finish. But this is the first Mill Hill I purchased in Las Vegas in the Stitcher's Paradise. And I promised myself I will not make a collection like with Dimensions, with Mirabilis, because it's too much, guys. When you're into different designs to control your spending on things you like, it's really hard. When you're into, let's say, just samplers or just Mirabilis, you spend much less money because you don't have to buy too much threads. You already have leftovers. You already have fabric you need. But when you're into everything like me, sometimes I think I could buy a car, which I don't have a car. I don't own a car, but with all my cross stitch I already stitch, I spent, and I still have some designs. I could have some second-hand car, used car. Anyways, my cross stitch gives me more happiness, and I am more healthy because I'm walking more than if I would have a car. In Ukraine I had a car, but I gained so much weight. I go out of my house, I get in a car, I go to supermarket or I go wherever I need to go. Everywhere car. And I was like, I don't eat that much. How come I'm like not as light as in the United States? But then I realized why, because I don't move much. So my next start I just made recently, a few days ago. As I said, I got a bit tired from stitching Lanard, the Dimensions. I wanted something, occupied my brain, my mind. And this was the designs I stitched previously. And there are 4 designs, 4 stars. Mandala by Martina Rosenberg. This is Chatelaine design. If you're not familiar with, there are also smaller stars. You also can stitch different herb inside. I'm planning to stitch, after I complete 4 of them, the bigger design called Herbolarius, and it has similar or maybe the same herbs. But I saw once a picture of a lady. She stitched 4 of these designs, and she stitched Herbolarius, and I saw how she placed them all together, obviously framed. There are 2 on the side, big in the middle, and 2 on the other side. It's amazing, like really pretty. So this was my first ever star, and I think it's number 1 star. This is number 2, and I'm stitching star number 3. Unfortunately, I cannot show you how it looks like, but you will see it very soon, I promise you. Just go into my Instagram, you will see it before the video for sure. And I want to show you the threads using in this design, because I have leftovers from the previous stars, and I'm gonna keep all these silks for my Jasnan, for my other designs, sometimes even in Mirabilis. Instead of buying Karen Water Lilies, I see something similar. I'm not gonna buy the whole Caron just to make few stitches. I can use whatever I have looking similar, and to be honest, I never regret I was doing it. But working with these silks, this is Gloriana, this is NPI, and there are dinky dyes also in this design. I can't explain to you how much pleasure I have, and I'm so happy I chose it, because first of all I will complete my series, and second of all it's occupied my brain. I don't like think of cleaning the house at the moment, or making some food, or do whatever. So you use this metallic thread, here dinky dyes, water lilies, there are some DMC using in a central herb, and more NPI you use in a border. So the border in every star is the same. The only difference is the star, the herb in the middle. And here it is. A little mistake here. I'm gonna remove this once. And when you stitch, let's say, one after another one, it's a bit difficult because you do the same job. First of all, this part is the same, this part will be obviously the same, 4 parts are the same. But when you take some break, you remember how to do it. It's perfect, because you don't have to read, you don't have to doubt yourself, because Chatelaine design, they're also about reading and thinking, not like other designs. And I remember, even I stitched the other stars I stitched a few years ago. I still remember how I was doing all this stuff. The thing is, as you can see, it's tons of work. Back stitch, beads, you can see. No camera will show you Chatelaine. No camera will ever explain to you how beautiful it is. And you just have to see it in person. Sometimes it reminds me of Marrakesh. So beautiful. Not Marrakesh, sorry. Uzbekistan, they have very similar designs in the carpets, in their buildings, interior. It's just gorgeous. And how shiny it is. Oh! You have to see it in person. So these are the beads I'm using in this design. Again, they're all the same beads, the same Swarovski. And I purchased it from lady on Facebook in Ukraine. And I can't believe I'm stitching it. So this will be for the 4th star. This is the name. Medieval small herb star. Number 4, number 3, they're different name here. In case I have some followers or someone who is watching me loving this kind of designs, something different, you know, from other stuff I'm showing usually. And the fabric I'm using also I purchased from her. She also have, I also bought from her Herbarius, and it's not hand dyed, it's printed. I'm not using this side, I'm using the opposite side. Still don't know where is other part from the 4 designs, but I was cutting it. Anyway, I'll find it later. Okay. Next is Lanarte. And it's quite large design. I did not take a picture of my progress, but maybe later when I come back. Really big design. Still, this is half, I think. Half. Let's say it's half. Let me check the preview of this hydrangea, blue hydrangea. This is out of print kit. Yeah, I think I've stitched the half. What do you think? The thing is the background, it's difficult for me. Even this design not difficult, but mentally to stitch it's very difficult. Because either you have to have tons of thoughts in your head, or you have to watch something really interesting, but then you can make mistakes. But this is Lanarte. It's not that difficult. Sometimes it's difficult mentally to stitch it the same. You get bored, But when you combine it with very difficult designs, like, oh, finally I can have a rest, you know, and stitch something easy. So I got the other design, the pair, the gladiolus, blue gladiolus. This is blue hydrangea and blue gladiolus. I don't know if I show you this kit or no, but it will be next after I finish the hydrangea. Obviously not this year, I don't even dream about it. This is the kit which I never open, and I will have the pleasure when I will be stitching it. I will open, I will enjoy all the threads and all new start. Great that you stitch it on sorties count of printed linen, even though you can replace this fabric, but I think it's beautiful when it's like that. The artist is Jean-Luc Dumas, and obviously hydrangea also the same artist. As you can see, the size also the same, so they kind of pair. Unfortunately, they are out of print, and it's very much easier to get it in Europe because they were made either in Belgium or in the Netherlands, and lots of people selling them. Like I purchased gladiolus twice because I was so scared I will not get it. So I ordered from two ladies who are bringing them to Ukraine, and they're amazing because they found them for me after some time. It took some time to find them for me, but I can't explain to you. I love it so much. Even it's like huge, gigantic piece, but never mind. I enjoy stitching it. Here you stitch mostly with 2 threads over 2, but the back stitch will be stitched with 1, so it gives that effect like watercolor. Yes. Let me go to another design because honestly speaking don't have much time today, and I'm sorry if my thoughts are here and there all over. Another design from Lanarte I decided to stitch is Sarah Moon. Sarah Moon, this is the preview. I was showing her before. I got this kit from Zaporizhzhia, from the city I am from in Ukraine, and I started her. There is another pair designed to her with hydrangea. This is roses, and there is one with hydrangea. This is not the first design I stitched by Sarah Moon. I really like Lanarte series after her photograph. She's a photographer. Sarah Moon is a photographer. She has an Instagram page as well. You can see her work there. Not too many, but Lanarte made amazing job by making designs after her pictures, images. And this design not that easy to stitch because the colors blending into the fabric and you don't see it, and I have to first stitch something darker to see where I can play around with lighter colors. But it's not a difficult design again. It just sometimes the chart is really large, not really comfortable for me, but it's okay. Also, when 2 charts come together, oh, this is the most annoying part. I have to have huge piece of chart coming together with another one, so I have like chart. I don't have any place to see the fabric, and yeah, but I also don't like it on Mirabilis as well when the 2 parts of the charts coming together and you have to manage how to stitch it. Either you glue it or whatever you do, but you have to make it sure that you're not doing a mistake. Very careful, always very careful. That's why I like the charts from Dimensions made in the United States, because the whole page, let's say you stitch one part, you can cut it, throw it away, and less paper on your design. Because I'm stitching from from the paper. I'm old-fashioned, I know. Some of you like stitching now from the iPad. To me, I'm enjoying the process, and it's fine. Okay, I'll show you a little bit closer. Still I have to make back stitch on her lips and continue on stitching. Not sure when it will be finished. I wanted to finish her this year, of course. Everything I want to finish this year, what I have already stitched more, but we'll see. As long I enjoy the hobby, as long I'm stitching, I'm happy. But obviously when you have lots of designs like this one from 2018, it's 5 years now, Cat in the Window by Dimensions. This is out of print kit, and I started it in the United States, in Buffalo, New York. And sometimes I'm happy I started a long time ago some WIPs, because it brings me to those memories, my time before, and have some nostalgia moments, of course. And I'm happy I started, because I know I'll finish it. Otherwise it will be in my not wardrobe, in my boxes where I keep all my kits forever. And as I mentioned before, the chart on a whole page. So let's say I will finish this bottom part, I will do all the special stitches, and I will cut it. I will have less paper on my hoops. And threads you have to sort, because they are not an organizer. This is an old kit, it was gifted to me by my dear friend. And you have to be careful. Sometimes these kits are more than 30 years, and the threads could be not as good, but nothing with this. In this case, they are great, even they're really old. Threads could be kept for more than 200 years. And yeah, let me show you the preview a bit closer. So lots of half stitches here on the top. Here mostly a crosses, and obviously the back stitch. It's a bit boring, I think, on top here, but still fun to stitch because it's Dimensions. They make their designs great, and again, you can combine with, if you get tired, you can combine with other designs, like in my case. Yeah, let me show you the cat a bit closer. So I'm planning to stitch the bottom and then go up, but I wanted to see his face first. His or her looks like my Susie, to be honest. Same colors. What do you think? Even it's cat sometimes, like, it's a Susie. Susie. I'm gonna see her very, very soon, in a few hours. I'm so excited. I'm going to visit my sister in Bulgaria very quickly. So you can see their crosses, their half stitches. The thing is, stitching design for so many years, because your technique changed, so I don't like it to have those designs for years and years. Yeah, you can, like, I can see now my crosses now not as good as before, because I'm not stitching as much as before. Так, yeah, so another kit I bought in that Telegram group, because there is also another channel when you can sell and buy. This design I bought it for 1,500 grivna, which is less than $30, I think. It was almost like a gift, called A Stroll in the Park. I know many people hunting for that kit. I was obviously planning to stitch it, but it was not like my top. But when I got it, then I saw it stitched many times. Obviously this part is my favorite, because those hydrangeas are amazing, and this is my favorite colors to stitch with. I sorted the threads, I cut everything what I always cut, the extra paper, so I have less on my hoops. And I'm gonna start it when I have some special moment. I promise myself, when I will be like super happy, or I will have something important happen in my life, I'm gonna start it. Sometimes I will like, oh, I'm gonna start it today, like, no, no, I'm still stitching my oldest whips, but smaller designs, of course, I don't mind to start because it's like a break. But biggest designs, because I have tons of other large designs, you know, and Thea Gouverneur and I mean, still Lanarte, I have another Lanarte, big one. Dimensions, few golds I have, and no, I need to be a little bit more organized and like before, because it takes a lot of space, and because I'm living in a rented apartment, I know one time I have to move, and to move all my cross stitch, it's more than my clothes and all the stuff together. Anyways, guys, it was nice to spend some time with you. I hope you will enjoy that video. I have to run, prepare myself, because I have like 1 hour before I have to leave to go to the airport. And miss you crazy, and thank you for all your support and your comments and your thoughts about me. I'm also thinking about you, that's why I'm still making videos, because I'm not just talking to myself. I know that I will inspire someone, you will inspire me back, and we will have great time together eventually. And don't forget to subscribe me to my Instagram, because there you will see me more often, and you will see what I'm stitching, maybe some whips, because here I don't have time to show everything like before. Again, thank you for all your attention, and thank you for your likes, and please subscribe me, do not lose my channel in the future, and I will see you soon. Bye.